Welcome to our channel, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I really want to say thank you for your support. People continue to ask me the progress of the patient. I must say that God is faithful. She's recuperating, but we still need your support because we still take her to Kenyatta Hospital every other 2 days. It's really overwhelming, but I know with your support, we will manage. May God really bless you. The Nyanza rebels that publicly declared their support to William Samoei Ruto are finding it very rough because every corner in Nyanza is becoming hot. Recently, there was a food drive donation that was officiated by Honorable Eliud Owalo, who is the CS in the Ministry of Information and Technology. For those who remember, Eliud Owalo has always led another group together with Miguna, Evans Kidero, and a host of some leaders who believe that it is high time Raila Odinga retired from Nyanza politics. So this food donation drive was really hyped and people were waiting to see what was happening. But the funny thing is that whenever such drives come on, it is always turned into a political podium, just the same way the Kenya Kwanza team has always turned the church podiums into political rallies. It was really expected that these Nyanza rebels were going to take a front stage in condemning, as they did, their Azimio, because in most cases they take that opportunity to speak against the mass action, saying that all these demonstrations will not give the Nyanza people an opportunity for development. But conspicuously missing were these Nyanza rebels, and questions were raised. What was really happening? Then there was the UDA drive where the new appointed Secretary General, Cleophas Malala, led a group of UDA leaders to woo some of the Nyanza supporters to join the UDA, to register and take UDA membership. And again, this was also meant to try and take part of Raila's support base. Again, the Nyanza rebels were conspicuously missing. And after this, experts started looking and scrutinizing what is really happening, because when they went to State House and they had sessions of photo, people like Jalan'go taking a photo between Rigathi Gachagua and William Samoei Ruto. And people are asking, what is really driving them? Because they are not as active, they no longer talk of supporting William Samoei Ruto. And recently, the Member of Parliament of Lang'ata constituency, Jalan'go, was quoted as saying that Baba will still remain Baba. And in fact, he said that Baba is unmatched. You can't compare him to any person. And those who are close to him are saying that there are very frantic efforts to meet Baba so that they can reconcile. And the reason why they're really finding it very difficult to survive on their own is because, you see, when they declared their support for the UDA government, they had expected that they would, run on the wave of achievements, because most people thought that William Ruto was going to succeed, because when he talks, you really feel that this is a man who is going to succeed. You remember, they always say that they have a plan, but the plans have failed, and so it has really exposed William Ruto, and it has also exposed these rebels. They have nowhere to hide, because had Ruto succeeded, then they would have taken advantage and told people that William Ruto is working for you guys, but it's not working. And so when they go back to the people ask them, then why did you ditch? Because they're saying that they ditched Raila for development's sake. And people are asking, what is development? Because I know I was in Nyanza the other day, and they're saying that to the best of their knowledge, donating food can never be development. And this is one of the reasons why they really find it very difficult to convince the people that they had a reason to ditch Raila Odinga. Remember, most of these people have always been in the limelight because they rode in Raila's name. Most people argue that why not for the ODM party? Maybe Felix Odur, aka Jalan'go, would have not seen the doors of parliament. So it's not working for them. Number two, this government sometimes behave and they show disrespect to Raila Odinga. And when you do this, you vex most of his supporters. The other day when Raila was in Shakahola, they blocked him. And so when you do that, you really at a crossroads with Raila supporters. And when people like Jalan'go, the rebels, go back to his supporters, you cannot be in agreement, because when you show disrespect to Raila, I've always said on this channel that I always feel that Raila controls more numbers than even Ruto himself. That even if people were to get back to elections today, Raila would win fair and square. And if you think I'm lying, just open the server and you will understand what I'm talking about. So the total disrespect in broad daylight to Raila Odinga is something that does not augur well to Raila supporters, including those who are not members of the ODM but are under the Azimio fraternity. Remember, they have continued to frustrate even Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So with all this, you add up together, the Nyanza rebels are really not finding it very easy. There is the issue of appointments. This one has really come out to be a thorn in the flesh to the Ruto administration, including those who are supporting William Ruto. Today, I remember the Anglican Church came out and really criticized these appointments, but they are saying that they are based on tribal affiliation, and of course they are very open, saying that it is only the Kalenjin and the Kikuyu community that have the lion's share of the appointments. And I remember the Azimio also talked about it, and they said that in the bipartisan talks, they're going to ensure that they compel William Ruto to make appointments that will show the face of Kenya, because they say that every Kenyan is a taxpayer. Remember, the Deputy President, Rigathi Gachagua, says that they will only appoint those who are from the communities that voted for them. So this is something that is scaring the Nyanza people, because even the Nyanza rebels themselves thought that they could get something by betraying Raila. But some of them haven't gotten anything. They are in the cold. And Rigathi has always said that he has no space and time for the journey come late. And so those who came late, those who did not contribute anything, they have no space in Gachagua's team. Remember, this is the reason why people like David Ochieng are very quiet now, because they are facing a backlash. They are not needed in the UDA, neither are they needed in Nyanza. So they are between a rock and a hard place. From where I sit, I think that they will get their fate. And maybe Raila, because I've always known Raila as a very magnanimous man, he will give them an opportunity if they seek for reconciliation. But let this really be a lesson to them and to any other who is planning to betray, because if this continues to happen, I think it should be a lesson even to people like Kanini Kega, because in the fullness of time, you will know what is happening. So ladies and gentlemen, the Nyanza rebels are really finding it very difficult. I don't know what to think. Do you think Raila should forgive them and maybe sit on a table of reconciliation, or Raila should just reject them because they are the people who rejected Raila? What do you think? Please share with me on the comment section.